Welcome.
Make sure I'm scraping. Are we in?
We're in.
Awesome.
It's all good.
Sweet. This thing's fun.
So, welcome to Music Villa here in downtown Bozeman, Montana. I'm with Quentin King, and we are checking out a Gibson J-185 Vintage. So the J-185, it's been around a long time. Throughout the 50s, you know, very common guitar. Probably on tons of albums. Now, I haven't seen one in a while. Gibson does not always make them. This year, I believe they're going to have a full lineup, the Vintage and then the standard model. J-185 is kind of like one smaller than the J200, right? You know, the super jumbo that I love so much. This one's a little more compact. It's
a parlor jumbo.
Yeah, it is kind of a parlor jumbo. It's a wonderful guitar. It's tonally, it's just got a great sound. Oftentimes, most of them are maple back and sides, spruce top. This particular one has the aged top. So this is where they do the torrefication on the top. Because this particular model, the Vintage, has, you know, the hide glue and those kind of specs. They're recreating, you know, like a early 50s model.
Oh, it's a fine Vintage.
It is.
It's like
Smell
a fine
good?
one.
Yeah.
It's like if I could shake it around,
Yeah.
look through it in the light. Like
Yeah.
You'll
notice the finish on these. It's very light.
It's very flat.
Yeah.
It looks cool.
It does.
In the room, I don't know how well it's coming through.
It's
it
kind
has
of
that
a dull.
Flat,
Yeah.
It has that flat look of like you just walked to a pawn shop and you
Yeah.
got build
Yeah.
the dust off of it because
It
it's
does.
been sitting on a wall for
Yeah.
20 years or
Looks
something.
a little dirty. Basically, there's just like, I don't know, 3 coats of lacquer, 4 coats. There's not the full lacquer, so it does give it a different sound. The more lacquer you put on, that will change the sound. So if you compared this, and we don't have the regular J185, but the Vintage one is different than the regular 185. They do sound different. But it's a classic guitar. What do you think?
I like the way it sounds. And you were talking earlier just briefly about the tonal profile. It's got a brightness that cuts, so if you go up the neck. It's got presence and a brightness, but it still has a little bit of low end. But it's not boomy, but it's present. So I don't know. I like the sound. I like where this guitar would fit for a lot of players who are maybe singer-songwriters who have middle to upper voices, or they have a deep voice and they want something to counterbalance.
I think it fits well in a microphone too. If you're in a studio situation, it's got a range that works well.
Expect is that in Oh Brother Where Art Thou 2, when they come back for the remake, this guitar, this one or one like it would be featured prominently because it sounds like something T-Bone Burnett would want to incorporate. It's got that nice, classic kind of sound.
Strumosode. It's a good Roy Orbison, Billy Brothers. That's what I always think of when I see this guitar. I always think of that.
I play them all in the wrong keys, so it doesn't matter. And that's not going to work on this one. And I end up playing it like Van Halen would with muted.
Well, we'll let you do your thing.
I'll find something. Maybe,
find something. But it's a great guitar. It's one to
fun.
check out. It's one you don't see every day. But I
How
believe they're
prevalent
bringing
are
them back.
Is this kind of unique to Music Villa, or for viewers located elsewhere in the world?
Yeah, they're very rare to see a vintage one like this, but I believe in the 2020 lineup now, we're going to have a vintage version and then a more historical version, what they call. So it'll be, should be available this year, but very rare. Great guitar. They should have it full front and center in their lineup.
Obviously, clearly on the record as a dedicated Martin guy until I play cop. You know, that is probably one of the few guitars that will make me question my allegiances. But again, it's not allegiances, because you can have more than one guitar. It's legal.
Totally.
It's legal in this state.
Well, and if you're playing different types of music,
sometimes
you
would
have to have another style of guitar.
So the guitar playing style that I always like, and I think it sounds so neat together. If you're not familiar with Gillian Welch and David Rawlings, go just check out some of their stuff. Check out some of their live stuff. And they are very clearly in that kind of classic Americana genre. They write songs, at least they have, that sound like they could have been written 50, 60 years ago, but with somewhat of a modern flair. But they have this nice mix of Gibson tones to get that old vintagey kind of sound to their music. And when I play guitar like this, it makes me ask WWDRD, what would David Rawlings do?
Oh.
You know, and he would do something crazy and awesome. I can't do that, so I do my best.
I didn't know you had a... What would David Rawlings do? That's pretty...
I think that's, it's a little known mantra that I think a lot of guitar players who know him will think that way. And he's got a very unique style. It sounds very cool.
All right. Well,
anyway, play a little bit on this old puppy.
Quentin, thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks for watching, everybody. Visit us at musicvilla.com. Check out the specs on this J185, and we'll see you all soon.